Hello, we're back here in the set of The Whole Message with Mark and Melody.
Yes.
Yes, stretch. Would you just
telling
wake up?
And my body's aching. I got a good workout. And
Starting back in the gym.
Yeah.
You start
Oh,
making that
I've been-
connection down in Florida.
I've been working out extremely heavy
Good.
and eating a lot of healthy food. That's what it takes. But
That is
but
what it
I
takes.
really had a heart that says, Mark, get extremely healthy now.
Yeah,
And
we need
so
to.
I've really been hitting the health club every day, every other day, and hit a new notch on my belt loop. And I have to see if I can fit into those 36-inch jeans yet. I haven't tried yet. But
You know, the desire to really get out there and exercise is really starting to overcome me because I spent about 6 months off my knee. And that's been a lot. And I'm thinking, oh, I want to get this weight off. You know, you just feel sloppy, really sloppy.
Yeah, but you look fantastic. You've lost weight since you've been here last time.
I think I might have lost a little bit.
Married life
you know.
will do that to you.
I don't know. We never stop.
In the beginning.
We're on
in
the
the
go.
beginning. So.
We never stop. You know, you think us old people?
Us old people.
Yeah, us old
Yeah,
people.
speak for yourself. You know.
Well, I talk about my husband.
I'm not even going to say us old people when I'm 90. I might wait till I'm after 100.
We are that new generation, especially with health. I think they said my age is around 40. Rendell's age is maybe around 50, which sometimes I think he has more energy than me. But we are that new generation where our bodies are far younger than our ages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think it's because of the food, the health information that we have, the
Sure.
exercising that we're doing, sunshine, this fresh air. Get out.
Advanced
get out,
medical
move.
studies, of course, too,
Yeah.
helps.
Oh, yeah,
But
it
mostly
does.
it's the food.
It
It's
is
the
the-
food.
it is the
Eat
food.
the right food. That's the
It
bottom
is.
line. And today, we're actually going to get in the kitchen and show you some of our favorite potato recipes.
Ooh,
So, yeah,
yes,
it's
I
a
love
potato day.
potatoes.
There's so many things you can do with potatoes.
That is, and it's a
And-
complete food.
Yeah, and you could eat them every day and you'll never have a problem. The more potatoes you eat, the better off you're going to be.
All right,
So
my kind of food. We'll be right back.
let's get in the kitchen.
Hi, welcome to another segment of Mark and Melody in the Kitchen, where today we're going potatoes.
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 Potato extravaganza.
Instead of going nuts, we're going potatoes.
Yes, yes.
Oh, look at all
Well,
the
they're so
different
good for you.
varieties. You know they are. I don't know if you've read the story or heard about the man that worked for the Idaho Potato Company, and he was in Idaho. I don't remember if he was CFO, CEO, whatever.
Mr. Potato Head, I know
Mr.
him.
Potato Head.
Of course.
They traveled all around.
I used to play with him when I was a kid. Yeah.
Do you know how you see the commercials where they're looking for the Idaho potato? It's this big truck like a potato. But he wanted to prove to people how complete in nutrition a potato is. So for like 2 months, he lived on nothing but potatoes, whether they were mashed, baked, however, but he didn't add anything to it, like butter, sour cream,
Right.
nothing. It was just this complete potatoes for 2 months. The ending had some sadness to
Complications,
it. Yes,
problems,
yeah,
yeah.
he did, because he reversed his type 2 diabetes. He lost
Oh.
weight. His cholesterol was down.
He got healthy, you know.
Yeah, hypertension gone. I mean, come on, let's face it. Can food do this?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So,
But it just goes to show you everything we need is right
is.
here. God created such wonderful fruits and vegetables
Yeah.
for us. And my understanding is even after the sin, after the garden, that's when we actually got the vegetables, when he said, go and toil the earth.
yeah.
For the vegetables. And these potatoes are packed full of vitamin C, potassium, great complex carbohydrates.
Exactly, and that's what you're looking for, is
That's
complex
what you're
carbs.
looking. That's exactly. And there's even protein in a potato. So
How many calories in a potato? Like any given potato?
a medium-sized potato, like that's a little bit smaller, but a good medium-sized potato has about 100 calories and absolutely no calories from fat.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and today
No-brainer.
we're actually going to show you how to cook potatoes and how to flavor them, so we can get a real wow factor on the flavor when it comes to
yes.
potatoes.
There is not a bad potato. I know there's some varieties we don't have here. I love the purple potatoes. Have you used the purple potatoes and made the purple mashed potatoes?
Yeah, the only thing I've got today is we've got 4 different types of potatoes here. I've got the russets, of course I got the sweet potatoes. These are the reds, which actually is the red B, and then the Yukon Golds.
Now, are the red A's much smaller?
Right, those would be called the baby reds.
And
so I'm going
these
to
are
give you
gonna
some
be-
raw potatoes.
Okay.
And we're going to let you just start setting up some raw potatoes here. And
Now,
what else
Mark,
do you
I
want?
know,
What do you want from me?
Just give me some variety. I know you're not cutting this out of the middle because a lot of people think this is bad. There's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with this.
It's a visually unappealing, but other
Visually
than that,
impaired.
yeah. So, but other than that, you'll be fine with them. Okay, so we're just going to give you a few varieties here then, huh? And
Okay,
there's
now here's what most people would do.
What else do you want?
Just give me potatoes. They would go in and they would start spraying all these potatoes. I'm not going to do that today.
Okay, if I
You
did
know how I
this-
am with oil, Mark.
Uh-huh.
So I want to keep some. Oh, you're going to dice me some up. I am going to go over here.
Oh, and then I can give you a potato halves. Here, watch, I'll give you some potato halves.
Give me some potato halves.
I want that potato right there. Ugh. There we go. Interestingly enough, here's a neat thing you can do with potato halves. If you're going to put potato halves in the oven, if you just go and give it a little sliver, kind of create a little pocket here, you can kind of fill that pocket.
Sure you can.
With flavors, especially if you're doing the butters and the oils, it'll actually
Just like
stay
you
right
do
in that reservoir.
poultry, when you're cooking for the holidays, you know, you put the herbs inside the neck or the cavity of the turkey. Well, here you can do it right with a potato.
Okay, and you've got to season that up and give me another pan. And then I'm going
How
to
about
start
if you
doing...
take this pan?
So that's going to be our raw ones.
This is raw.
And then I'm going to start with our cooked ones over here.
Look
So
what I'm
these are
doing
all-
here, Mark. Look here. I'm going to first splash it with some lemon.
These are all cooked potatoes over here. Yeah, so all I do is take the potatoes, boil them off, let them air dry, and then I'll refrigerate them. And then you've got potatoes that are already good to go. So we're just going to give these some cuts too, and I will create while you're seasoning. We'll do the cutting, you do the seasoning.
Folks, don't be afraid of putting too much seasoning on there because the potato has great flavor all in itself, but we want to make sure that we get plenty of seasoning on our potatoes.
Absolutely.
Now,
Flavor.
I've got rosemary and thyme that I'm putting on here right now, Mark.
You've got lots of time? I'm so
I've
glad
got
you have
all
time.
kinds of thyme. Now,
That's why she comes over all the time, because she's got all this time on her hands.
hey, there's a new store opening up that's a health food store.
Fresh
What's the name of it?
Time.
Fresh Time.
Time. Yes, that's a really good store.
And I think Mark does this on purpose so I can't get him open. Ugh. I'm a vegan. I have no strength.
Yeah, right. Dill?
Dill. Yes. Oh, I love dill. If I had fresh dill, I'd use fresh dill, but dried is just as good.
Okay, and I think I'll do well, let me do a half potato.
All right.
We'll do 1/2 potato here, and then I'm just going to dice this one up. We'll just do because what I'd like to show people is the comparison between these different potatoes when you cook them. We're going to show them what the cooked potatoes look like compared to the raw potatoes when you cook them in the oven. And the time element and all those major factors like that. So is this going to be okay for you for that comparison?
I like it.
The only thing I don't have here is some reds, but I've got some Yukons and things like that. Let me see what else I have here that would be really fun.
Now, and the potatoes that you set aside with the little cutout in the center, I'm putting garlic and onion powder in those.
Here's a little color if you wanted paprika.
Paprika, yes.
So I'll do the coloring over here. And was there some, here's the red pepper you were looking for.
Do you have any
think you wanted
celery
some red
salt
pepper.
or celery up there?
I do. But and this is chili powder.
Now here's a mesquite. Ooh, I'm gonna have some mesquite.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, I like hickory. You know, I am a Texas girl because I married a Texas man. And my Texas man loves barbecue and all this kind of crazy stuff. We both do.
There's a little red pepper. That's going to heat those up.
Oh yeah, love it, love it.
Yeah, and this is a really thick type of mesquite.
is,
It's
but
got
I
some
like
body
that.
to it. And so it actually would work really good, say, on these flat potatoes when you can put some right on top and it'll kind of melt right into the potato. So that's where those are going to come in handy. I love that lemon that you're doing. Did you salt anything?
You know, I did salt
We could
a
probably
little.
we could probably just go over the whole thing with some salt. Boom.
You know, you know me, I don't use a lot of salt. I reverse my hypertension. We have to have some salt, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we don't.
I think
need
we
a lot.
just showed 20 different ways you can flavor
Here's
a potato.
Caribbean jerk.
Yeah, boom. And
We've
you
got
can make
'em.
every one of these different. If I was going to do these, I would have like, here's one section, then we put a little bit of it just in one section, and people are going to have this popping action. They're going to be like, whoa, that's different than that. In fact, here, wait, do we have some, here's some taco seasoning.
Ooh,
So we
yeah.
might just take a couple right here with some taco seasoning, and they're just going to be like, so you're getting such a variety, they don't know what flavor is going to hit them next. You know, so that would be a really cool thing to do.
It's not just an ordinary potato.
Now, one thing I do is I do give them a little spray like this just to try to hold some of the spices to it. A little hairspray, huh?
I don't need it. You know, everything's big in Texas, Mark. Have you noticed since I come back, my hair's just a little bigger?
And it looks fantastic. It even matches the color of the potatoes. So
Yes, it does.
Yes. So, all right, we're going to get these in the oven.
Okay.
We've got a whole bunch of potato segments coming your way. And then at the end of the program, we're going to pull these out and show you what everything looks like.
Yeah, because we've gone plum potato.
Plum potato. Here we go.
Hi, Melody Prettyman here with the whole message, bringing you your health tip for today. Hey, I'm going to talk to you today about the potato. I love the potato, and you know why? I'm Irish, so it's one of my favorite vegetables. And you know what else? This large potato is less than 258 calories, no fat, loaded with potassium, vitamin A, vitamin C, fiber, and even protein. Did you know that a pound of potatoes is only 318 calories? It's a superfood, isn't it? You can bake it, you can mash it, you can boil it. Potato salad, I eat anything I can when it comes to potatoes. And when you eat yours, just remember, you're one bite away from good health.
Well, Melody, we've got a whole bunch of ingredients here and a whole bunch of potatoes. Taters? Is it called taters?
Taters. You know,
Potato.
when I used to make a
Potato.
when I made a gratin potatoes for my kids, I called them all rotten.
All rotten potatoes.
All rotten
Ooh.
potatoes.
I'm not
Tater
sure-
hots for tater tots.
I'm not sure if I would like that.
Well,
All rotten potatoes.
I knew what they were meaning.
We're going to do some twice baked potatoes. So, yes, definitely start carving these out.
Is that what you want me
and,
to do here?
We'll find a place for them, yeah.
Okay.
And how many do you want to do? Like 3?
How many do we have? 4?
4?
These are potatoes, Mark. Who's going to eat these? Me. I'm going on a potato fest.
Potato
Feast.
fest? You're going to go on a potato fest?
Potato feast.
Now, I've got 2 different types of potatoes. Let me shift these over to this
Go
side
ahead.
for you.
Go ahead.
And then these are the sweet potatoes, but look how soft they are.
I
mean,
love that.
They're so soft, and if you can crisp them up in the oven, it'd be a little better. But I'm using a serrated knife
Okay.
so that it'll
Cut through
basically
'em.
saw through it, and you just got to be very careful. This is going to be such a challenge.
Oh, that is so awesome. I love sweet potatoes. So would it be better? Are these cool already? Are they cold?
Sort of. I mean, I pulled them out maybe a
Now,
half
would it
hour
be
ago.
better if they did this to refrigerate them overnight first, or does it matter?
No, with these, you
Okay.
want them crisper on the outside. That's the
Okay.
whole issue.
And how do you do that? Putting oil on them or
Cooking it longer.
cooking it longer?
Yeah, pretty
All right.
much. Okay, so I'm going to start getting these emptied out. Let me grab a spoon from you. And I got to be very careful, though.
You don't want to bust through it.
Right.
Potato boats. Or if we were from Canada, to potato boats. How do they say that?
And then I'll just put
Boots.
the potatoes right here once you got them ready
Yep.
to go.
They're ready.
Normally, it depends how you do these.
Mm-hmm.
With my sweet potatoes, I'm only going to get less because I want them stuffed. And so out of these 8 halves, I'm only going to use 6 that I'm actually stuffing. Now, depending what you're going to be stuffing them with,
I might use all 8 of mine.
you might end up using all 8. Right.
That is right, because I'm going to add ingredients.
3. But
You know,
I'm only
I
gonna
love
have to do
this.
6.
I love it. I am so glad you decided to do potatoes.
Well, you know, it's one of the healthiest foods you could ever possibly eat.
It is, and they get such a bad rap.
Yeah, especially starches. Ooh, stay away from starches. I just heard a doctor, of all people, on television telling people, if you eat white starches, you're going to get type 2 diabetes because it's a higher... And I'm like, are you serious?
What causes
I
type
couldn't
2
believe
diabetes,
it.
Mark? It's mostly refined flours and sugars
Oil.
and fats.
It's oil.
That's
Yeah.
what causes diabetes.
Yeah.
And there's a great, Dr. John McDougall is phenomenal.
The starch solution.
Yes, and so is Dr. Neil Bernard. They explain it. They lead the industry on the knowledge when it comes to type 2 diabetes and complex carbohydrates.
And Michael Greger.
Michael
He's my
Greger,
favorite now.
yeah.
He's definitely my favorite.
Oh, Mark's just been showing off because he has his picture with him.
Yeah, I went down to a seminar of his to learn some things at his class. Yeah. Okay, so I've got my 6 there, but I'm still going to use the insides of these other 2 potatoes. And of course, the outsides, you can always just cook those off and have some potato skins, right?
You sure can.
Stuffed potatoes.
Or you can just eat them like that. Mm-hmm. My husband and I, when we eat potatoes, we will fight over, not fight, but you know what I'm saying. Are you going to eat that skin? Because we both love the skin of the potato.
Huh, interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see how many we can fit on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, this is going to be pretty crowded if I put the 2 in here. So just for sake, I will take care of these later.
Okay, I was going to say, if you can't, I might dig out what's inside.
Okay, now what are you putting in yours? Because
I am going to put some tofutti sour cream in my potato, and I'm going to put some Daiya vegan cheese. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put mozzarella and a cheddar style. I am going to put a little bit of almond milk. I'm also going to put a little bit of the powdered soy milk in here to give it a richer, creamier flavor.
okay.
And then I've got some chives over here and some dill I'm going to add on the top.
You got a whole bunch of fun ingredients there.
Yes.
So all I'm doing is the sweet potatoes, some maple syrup,
Ooh.
and then I want the Daiya cheese too.
Okay.
But I want the white one.
You want the white?
Yeah.
I will give you the white.
Put in some cheese like that.
I will trade my white for your yellow.
And if we've got some, let me grab some nutmeg. Because
I told Mark if he ever had a wife that was culinary, it would have been Megan. He would have called her Megan Nutmeg
yeah,
because he uses it so much.
she's a nut. Okay. So there's not a lot of challenge to this. I'm going to add a little bit of coconut flakes to it.
Oh, I love that. Ooh, this reminds me of
And a little bit of
Thanksgiving.
pecan.
Okay.
So are you catching the ingredients here?
I am, and I need some of your salt. And I think I'll take even a little bit of the onion
Like
powder.
that?
Some onion powder.
Okay. Double, 2, more?
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
That's good. I'm wearing this one.
Okay, you're all done there. I've already got mine filled up right here. Just like this, look at that. We got all
Yes.
6 filled up. And then what I do on the top is I'm just gonna hit the sprinkles on the top. So actually, isn't this gotta be the easiest recipe to do for twice baked sweet potatoes? Because all you have is really 3 ingredients.
I like
You've
it.
got some cheese, some vegan cheese.
Wouldn't this be simpler to do in the holidays than sitting there frying and boiling and doing your sweet potatoes to make yams, this would be delicious, Mark.
Oh yeah, yeah. And this is all the ingredients for like pecan pie, sweet potato pie. That's the flavor that you're going to get out of it.
Yeah, a healthy
Now for
version
yours, how we doing? You going to need a couple more potatoes?
No, I could, but
we'll see how much you get in here.
I want mine. I don't like mine flat either, Mark. I like mine over the top.
Right.
Of course, I think I do things over the top.
That's pretty good.
It is good.
You should have been a cook.
I should have been.
Really should have.
Yes.
I think we missed our calling.
I think we did too. The dynamic duo.
Yeah. It's amazing too, because we do so much more than cooking that people just don't know about.
Oh,
Yeah.
health. We really
we're
get into the
health
science of the food itself and
that's
what's
what it's
more
about.
nutritional.
Our focus and desire is to help you get healthy. One bite at a time, as Melody would say. One bite at a time, absolutely. I think you're going to make it here.
You know what I
with
say
the
too
6.
all the time, nothing tastes as
needs
good
a
as
little more
healthy feels. Oh, Mark, it is so true. The
Oh, it's
weight
good.
coming off and you feel so much better. I mean, I still have some weight to lose, but
Well, you need to get a trademark on that.
what's that?
Nothing tastes better than health feels.
Healthy feels.
Yeah.
Now, I want to chop just a little bit of dill to put over some of those. If you've got a knife there, can I give you a little dill? You know me and my love for dill. I love dill.
And actually, I think for this one, I'm not even going to give it a big chop. I'm just going to so you can really see the dill on it. And where are we going? Just anywhere?
Just anywhere,
All the way across?
all the way across.
Yeah, we're there. Might as well just do them all. Sometimes you'll see us do things and we'll just do a couple this way and a couple this way and a couple this way because we want to show you example. Our whole job is to give you concepts on how to do things in the kitchen, not sit here and say, okay, you need 1 teaspoon of this
No,
and 2
make it your
teaspoons
own.
of this and a tablespoon of this and mix it together and then here's our finished product.
Sometimes the food tastes as boring as it sounds
Yeah.
to cook.
Oh, I'm
Wait.
telling
Oh, yeah.
you.
Let's put some of this on
Some of
there.
these people, it's amazing. But I'll tell you, I think we really do a good job of showing people how simple and easy it is to cook in the kitchen.
And Mark, I know I'm biased because I know how good our food tastes. I've got a really good palate for food. But our food looks good too.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing you have to see is you have to taste the food with your eyes first because it has to draw you in to want to eat it. The
Yeah.
taste buds have to perk up like, ooh, that looks good, I want to eat it.
And the funny part is, I know culinary art, but I don't do a lot of that as much as, you want to make it look attractive. You don't have to get all this fancy out there. Just simple attractiveness,
Now,
not to the extreme.
I might even hit this with a little bit more fresh lemon when it comes out of
I'm
the
really
oven.
surprised you're using lemon. That one blew me away.
Oh, yeah.
That one's like, really?
Oh, yes.
So
Oh, wait.
I am definitely going to have to taste this.
All right, we're going to put this in the oven.
Yep.
Probably about 350 for 45.
Or 375.
375 because it's cooked. We just want it to really brown.
Heat it and brown it.
All right.
There we go. Hey, everybody. I've got a great book for you to read. This one is called The Low Carb Myth. And it's written by Ari Whitten and Wade Smith, MD. They're the #1 best-selling authors of Forever Fat Loss and The Low Carb Myth. And let me tell you, right now I'm up to about 120 pages out of a 320 page book, about a third of the way through this book. And let me tell you, this book is busting up all these myths and lies and deceptions that are out there telling you to stay off carbs. And it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. This baby has almost 500 sources. Let me tell you, you can go on any page and you're going to find 5, 10, 3, there's sources on every single page about, different tests, surveys, the science. This is the science. And let me tell you, they talk about how the whole low carb myth went into effect and how people have just been brainwashed by false information. and how these people that are promoting low carbs have really just cherry-picked information and done a lot of false studies. And if you lose the carbs, you're going to lose weight. And interestingly enough, one of the facts that the book is presenting is if you eliminate the oils, you're going to lose weight. If you eliminate the sugars, you're going to lose weight. It really doesn't matter what you eliminate because you're basically eliminating calories. Anytime you go on any type of restricted diet where you're no longer going to eat carbs, you're dropping your calorie intake by a huge amount. And the same thing with oil. If you eliminate the oils, you're going to drop your calorie intake by a huge amount. And that's what helps you lose weight. So it's not the carbs, it's the fact that you're losing the calories. And they've done studies where, people who increased their carbs or their fat or their sugar by the same amount of calories all gained weight. And if you reduced it, doesn't matter what you reduce by a certain calorie intake, you're still going to lose weight. And so interestingly enough, and then it does get into some additions about appetite and how a lot of people, the reason we're so overweight now is because food has turned into such an addiction. And here we go with the sugar, oil, and salt. And when you get these little combinations and food is so good, you just keep eating it and eating it. I mean, we eat so many more calories than we ever used to. And just so many interesting things. So it's definitely on my good read list. Like I said, I haven't gone through the whole book yet. I've kind of skimmed through it. But look at this. I mean, talk about doing the homework. I really study out the book myself. And by the way, there are 10 different cultures here. I just saw it. 10 different people throughout the world that are 70-80% carb eaters. 70-80% of their diet is carb, and they've got 10 different people, the Indians and people over in Africa and China and things. And the ones that eat the most carbs are the healthiest. They have the least amount of cancers, the least amount of diseases, the least amount of sicknesses, and the list goes on and on. Type 2 diabetics, they never have type 2 diabetics if they're a 70% carb eater. But this person, they're going through the facts. They're not here to promote veganism or vegetarians or anything. They're just presenting the facts. And so that's definitely a great one. Of course, we've got these other low carb books that I've talked about as well. There's quite a few. They're learning that low carb is not the way to go. And the thing you need to do is go low fat. But we'll get into that more. I just wanted to share with you a book called The Low Carb Myth. And it's available in bookstores, I'm sure. I got mine on Amazon, and I think you'll enjoy that one. A lot of really intelligent information about why you should not go on these low-carb diets. So, all right, we'll see you next time.
All right, Mark, this is empty. We need to fill it.
And I have potatoes for you.
Oh, yes.
These are really hot.
Okay.
Those are the cooked. These were the raw. And you can see how these took an extra half hour to cook. But you can see how they don't have the same texture as the raw ones do. See the raw ones?
All right.
They're steaming hot, so my fingers can handle it. But it's a whole different texture. Plus I put a little oil on them. You can brown them even more if you want, but if you don't put the oil on them, you're not going to get that browning action.
Oh, wow. There's one thing wrong with these potatoes, honestly. They need to be eaten by me. You will never see me eat as much food as I do on a set when it has potatoes. I mean, potato is probably my number one favorite food.
And
Mark.
One of mine too, yeah.
You've lost weight. I've lost weight. I've lost a whole woman. I've got some more to go. I ate a lot of potatoes losing weight. And so many people say you can't eat potatoes because they're fattening. No, it's what you put on the potato that makes them fattening.
Oh, those are really good.
Which one are
And
those?
once again, we're going to get all these different flavors. Yeah, I've never felt better losing something in my life. Yeah. So anyway,
Mesquite.
the whole concept is if you boil off your potatoes and put them in the fridge, boom, you can get them done in half the time. But then when you're doing these in the oven, put some different splashes of flavor on them, and your guests are really going to love it. Simple, fast, easy, and healthy.
And don't invite me over unless you plan on making like 5-10 pounds of potatoes, okay? Yeah. Make sure you have lots of potatoes when I come to your house, or none at all.
Yeah. All right, perfect.
All right, we
perfect.
done?
We got more to do, but there's our
Let's
potatoes
eat.
out of the oven.
Let's eat. What's in that oven?
Twice baked potatoes.
Then why aren't they out here?
Because we're back.
We're back.
They've
Yes,
been
we
in
are.
the oven for probably half hour, 40 minutes.
Yes. Yeah.
We let them go a little while.
And we like them to be up around 375. You know,
Yeah.
we want them to brown. I can't wait to see them.
And I shut the oven off a little while ago, but look at
Oh
that.
my goodness! Oh, they
Is
look
that awesome or what?
beautiful. They do.
Probably some of the most beautiful twice baked potatoes I've seen.
Wow.
And grab me that spatula, and we can just plate some up here.
Yeah, we just can.
So,
That's
can
not
you
my
imagine
plate.
having something like this for your guests?
I
mean,
can.
They would just be like, "Whoa!"
I can, and a beautiful salad to go with it. How beautiful! I love
There's
it.
that one.
You know.
Okay, here you go.
Okay.
I know
was
what she
wondering.
wants.
Yeah, you know what I'm wanting. Wanting to dig in. These are taters.
Yeah, and these are the absolute fabulous ones.
You
right
know
here.
what? I'm thinking very serious about this for my Thanksgiving this year when the holidays come up. What a really good idea, because I don't have to worry about it. You know what I'm loving about this? This is like eating a pecan pie.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Now I've done this before, okay?
Have you done it?
And I mean, Brenda loves it, and that's exactly
Oh, Mark.
what it tastes like. And it's still got the cheesy, which brings a little savory to it.
Southern pecan pie without all the fat and all the sugar.
But what makes it is the maple syrup
The coconut and the pecan.
and the pecans. Maple and pecans gives you that pecan pie type of taste.
Well, if my husband's watching,
Absolutely fabulous.
honey, I'll make this for you.
This one's for you. Now this one here, what did you put in it exactly? That was
Remember, I put some of the tofutti sour cream. I also put some of the Daya cheese in there. I put some onion powder. I put the chives. And I just whizzed it all up together, and then I topped it with some chives and dill.
and that tastes a little bit
yeah.
hot, a little bit hot.
It is hot.
Absolutely fabulous. I'm kind of caught between the two.
Well, to me, this would be my dessert. I would even top maybe drizzle a little bit of maple syrup, and you could do, what is that marshmallow that's vegan marshmallow?
Yeah, there's some.
You could, or a whipped topping. You could do, oh yes, coconut whipped topping on this.
Yeah,
This is
melted.
a dessert. Oh yeah, I'm going to do that for supper tonight. So here is my entree, and there's my dessert.
There you go.
Mark, loving this segment. Can you close it out without?
Yes, we're done. There you go. Healthy food that tastes absolutely fabulous. And we will see you next time in the kitchen. Hi, Mark Anthony here with The Whole Message, and just wanted to share with you some of the cancers alone that are directly related to the consumption of animal products. So if you consume animal products, you are guaranteed to have higher rates of these cancers in your life. Now, does that mean you're going to get cancer? No. And does it mean that if you do not consume animal products, you will not get these cancers? No. What I'm saying is there is a direct correlation, though, between the amount of animal products you consume and the cancer rates of these. So cancers do happen more often from people that consume animal products. So these are cancers alone, directly associated with the consumption of animal products. Bladder cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, kidney cancer, lung, ovarian, pancreatic. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Prostate, skin, stomach, brain cancer. And so that's what's going on. And most doctors consider cancer a vegetable deficiency. That's their technical vegetable deficiency. But what they're really finding out is that the abundance of animal products in your diet is what is causing all these cancers to increase. And the reason that is because every one of us gets cancer cells every single day. Now, when you have the right amount of oxygen in your blood, then your blood will remove those cancer cells on a regular basis. But when you coat your blood cells with animal fat and cholesterol, then your blood cannot get the right amount of oxygen it needs, and it cannot remove those cancer cells. And boom, here comes your killer diseases of cancers. So you eliminate the animal products out of your lifestyle. You get that animal fat and cholesterol off of your blood cells, and then your blood gets the right amount of oxygen it needs, and it can filter out all these harmful cancers, all these harmful particles, these chemicals out of your system. And you know we're getting bombarded by all these chemicals and stuff. It's everywhere. It's in the water, it's in the air we breathe, the food. We are getting bombarded by chemicals and pesticides and everything. So the number one defense you have is to eliminate these animal products so you can get the right amount of oxygen in your blood. And then your entire filtering system starts doing the job it's supposed to be doing. All your internal organs start functioning the way they're supposed to be functioning, and everything starts working. So the best thing you can do is eliminate those animal products and start living a healthier, more vibrant life the way God intended you to have. So this is Mark Anthony with the whole message, the information that you need to have to live a healthier life. Well, the next thing we're going to do is some casseroles, potato casseroles, which is one of those things nobody would ever really think of, would they? It's just
I love potatoes, so let's do it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, though. It's like people are like, potato casserole? Are you kidding me? That sounds just strange.
You know, Mark, I know you do this, and I do it as well, because I always, when I cook, I keep plenty of everything in my house. So if I'm going to steam potatoes, or if I'm going to bake potatoes, there's going to be plenty of them in the house. Mm-hmm. I don't just do one or enough for that meal. I do enough for the next meal as well.
That was one potato.
That was like a mega potato.
So do that one as a Mexican.
This is going to be Mexican.
Do a Mexican one. Just create. I've got a lot of ingredients there. Just create something that gives it a really cool Mexican flavor.
All right, let me see.
In fact, I think what I'll do is I'm going to take some of these out of here, because that's just too many. And I'm going to give you some of this. You know what this is, right?
Yes, soy curls.
And let me chop up some of these peppers and onions a little smaller for you.
And I would like to have, onions.
Yeah. You could do a fajita one. If you just wanted to do fajitas with potatoes type of situation, you could call it a fajita.
Now, I put a little bit of onion powder, some salt, and I'm going to do taco seasoning.
Yeah, and we'll just stir that baby up, and you're pretty much good to go on that, huh? In fact, I could just do this one with a plain barbecue. That's what I'll do with this one.
Oh,
that'd be easy enough.
Southwest barbecue. You know, Mark, living in Texas, barbecue Mexican food is everywhere. Everywhere.
It is.
Love it.
Yeah.
I remember when my family and I moved to Ohio in 1988, there was not one Mexican restaurant anywhere. None. But now there's a lot of Mexican restaurants. So
interesting.
I think I'm going to put the salsa on this, Mark.
Oh yeah, there you go. And I would load it. I would actually over sauce everything today, just because it is what it is. It's the potatoes are going to absorb moisture.
They sure are.
And a lot of times, if we could put a saran wrap over it, fortunately these potatoes are cooked. So it's just pretty much a heat and serve. Yeah. Have these potatoes in your kitchen. Have them in the fridge all the time. All right, are you done with that?
Yeah, give me some more.
Okay, well, I'm going to top it when you're done.
Okay.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to, this is probably what this is for, right?
That's what that's for.
I know, in the restaurants we do a lot of it with our fingers, and then we're going to go right over the top, because this is going to soak in very well. And I'm guessing what you would want to do is probably hit that with some cheese.
I will once it's done, or just before it's done. I would hit the top of this with some cheese, smother it down. When it comes out, then it's going to be nice and golden. The cheese is going to be melted, and we always use vegan cheese, Daiya, or your own homemade. And then I put a little bit of the sour cream on top and some avocado, and maybe hit it with some green onions just to give it some
We got
color.
those too. So
Yeah.
just knock that out with some barbecue sauce.
Barbecue
That's
sauce.
pretty much all you're going to do with that. Nothing but barbecue. Pure barbecue.
potatoes.
Yeah. And then I'm going to work on the next one here, which is going to be, what are we doing? What do you want to do next?
Let's do an Italian.
Okay.
Let's do an
So,
Italian.
We're going to do an Italian. I'm going to give you some different type of slices.
I think.
You want a spoon?
Yes, please.
We're going to give you some different types of
Now,
slices here.
Mark, I don't know what you had intended for this, but after it comes out of the oven, you know what would be? What about some onion in this?
Sure.
Is this missing onion? Or,
Absolutely.
Or will our precious wife that you have, will she be wanting any of this? Because she doesn't like onion.
Either way you want to do it. Let's do it without onion.
Okay, let's do
But
this
I think
one
that's a
without.
good idea to put onion in there.
And at the end of this, what I would do is I would probably top it off with some good, like, Bubby sweet pickles. Some onions.
Wow.
And make almost like a barbecue. I'll tell you what else would be great on this is coleslaw. I know that might sound a little far-fetched, but you're treating the potato like a meat.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
All right?
Okay. So this one will be the, were you doing Italian?
Italian.
Yeah.
All right, I want some of the eggplant, the mushroom, the onion, and the bell pepper in this one. And I've got, I know what I'm going to do.
And these are portobello mushrooms here.
Yes, I love it.
Let me do a little more chopping on these.
This is some oregano. We're just using the Italian spices.
Oh, yeah, just load it with Italian.
Basil.
There you go. Got that.
I love
Basil and
fresh
oregano. Mm-hmm. And garlic. That's kind of your big Italian.
Rosemary?
Yeah.
Let's put a little rosemary in there. All right. And you've got all the ingredients I want.
We just hit it with some marinara. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
People look at this and they're like, you're crazy.
You know what this looks like to me? Looks almost like a potato casserole lasagna.
It's pretty much what it is.
It really is.
People, you got to understand something. We need to eat more potatoes. And how do you eat more potatoes? Because everybody's like, oh, there's just so, but there are so many ways to eat potatoes.
Look how quick. We are knocking out 3 here, and we've got 1 more. And this has kind of been one that I think we're going to need just a little bit more.
Actually, what I think we'll do, before we put this one in the oven, we'll go ahead and add some water to it.
Add some
it'll,
water.
Right, it'll
Yes,
just kind of
yes,
steam.
again.
And we'll hit some cheese on these later on.
Yeah.
Oh, you do need one more, don't you?
Yes, we do.
And that we're going to do the India style.
Yes, let's do some
Now,
curries.
normally they're doing cubes. You'll see a lot of cubes.
I've seen that.
With the India style. So if I'm going to do cubes here, I just did some quarter moons there, but let me do some cubes here. So if you're going to do cubes, it'd be like this.
Mark, I've got a vegan
Parmesan
Parmesan.
cheese. Perfect. Perfect. And I'm not even going to put a lot of potatoes in this particular one because with the
other ingredients.
India, man, you want to hit it with those chickpeas.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can do a few mushrooms if you want, but the other big item is eggplant. That's your big items. So
Now, what about the mushrooms or onions in here? Do you leave those out?
you can. Let's just do it like that.
Okay.
And spice-wise, what do you got for spices here?
I think,
I
of
see
course.
curry.
Okay. Do
Curry
the
and turmeric. I saw the
turmeric.
yellow, so I knew it was.
Here's a little bit of allspice and nutmeg.
And one thing about a lot of India is they do heavy spices.
They do heavy spices.
So we're going to do the curry. The turmeric's actually just going to kind of pull a little bit of color in there. Your allspice, is that my allspice? Yeah, I thought so. Doesn't take a lot of that because that's really potent. The jerk rub. Amazingly, for India, you can use jerk rub.
Oh, that
What is
smells
that one?
good.
That's
Yes,
my nutmeg?
That's
Yeah,
your nutmeg.
yeah.
Is that enough nutmeg for you, or do you need more?
Perfect. Just enough to say, But yeah, India is real big on those
Now, what
particulars.
are you putting on as far as, are you using any coconut milk here, or are you just using
Oh.
a fire roasted tomato?
That's exactly what we were going to... How do you know these things? I've got it hiding back over there in the corner.
Yes, you do.
The
'cause
lid's
I
already
was
off.
look-
The lid's already
I
off.
was looking around thinking, okay, they are huge. You know, there are certain countries that use a lot of coconut milk. The Caribbean, your island,
Yeah.
people, they do lots of coconut in India.
And
That's
this
gonna
has
be-
some coconut on the top, but that's okay.
That's all right.
You don't have to worry about that. We're going to mix that in there.
Yumbo.
And then some tomato. You going to be able to hold all this?
Yes.
Make it happen. Make it so, number one. You know you're always number one.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
God's always number one. Now I have a godly husband, and so next to God, he's number one. And then my children, they're number one next to my husband and God. So, you know, that's the way it's supposed to be biblically. Did you know that? That's a
It
hard one
works
for
for
a
me.
mother.
Yeah,
That's a hard
absolutely.
one for a mother to a concept, you know, because you give your life for your children, but we should give our life for our spouse and, of course, for Jesus. 'cause
I've
he
never
gave
had
his life
kids,
for us.
so yeah.
Oh, you've been raising me for how many
Yeah,
years?
yeah, exactly.
That is so not true.
I think that's it though, right there. Did you put some salt in there? Or
I did, but you might want more because you know I'm limited to how
think
much
it'll be
salt
okay.
I use. I think it's pretty good. Looks
So just like that, boom, boom, boom. We got 4 casseroles. We're gonna get these babies in the oven, and then we'll pull them out and show you exactly what they're gonna look like.
as I'm eating.
Okay. And I still got one more right here.
I was going to say 1, 2, 3,
Italian.
and 4.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Italian, the Mexican, the barbecue, and then the curry, which was our India curry. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these all sound
So here's
delicious.
our Mexican one. I can see you've got some little fancies over there.
Because say you really want to, I mean, come on. Who would say, oh, we're eating a potato casserole for supper tonight? And we've done this, a Spanish version, so we want to make sure that we put our avocados. Oh, Mark, I love avocados. And you know, where I live in Texas, avocados are always cheap.
You know what they call it in Hawaii?
What?
Pig food.
Serious?
I'm telling
I
you.
guess I'm a pig.
They got avocados all over the place. They say, oh, it's just pig food. And I love it. I would be in hog heaven, I guess, would be the lack of a better word down in Hawaii, because I'd have that pig food all the time. That's, to me, it's great.
I just want to put, look at the white on there.
Kick it up a notch, huh?
I always
There
like
you
to
go.
kick it up a notch. And then if you want just a little bit of salsa right on top.
I don't even want to bite into this because we've got one more segment to do with all of them.
Okay.
So I got to set this aside because it's just that pretty. Okay, here's the Italian one.
Now I could see this with like green beans on the side and a good garlic bread. A whole grain garlic bread would be really good with this one here. It looks really good.
And there's moisture down there too.
Good.
It's not
dry.
It's not dry. It's steaming hot. Look how hot it is. And
Really
so
good.
that's really got some moisture in it.
Hot.
So that one's great. You can parsley, do lots of different things.
Do a lot of different things. Oh, parsley, yes, we need parsley on that one. Now, see, this is one I could see dicing up some red and white onions on the top of this, and then putting some sweet pickles even on top of that.
Now, you were mentioning that. I've never done the sweet pickle thing.
I love, and coleslaw. I could see a big coleslaw with this right here.
But basically, all this is potatoes and barbecue sauce.
All you're doing is you're treating the potatoes like meat. And I looked on there, my husband, I said, he got his phone, I said, show me what the protein is on this. A large potato, and a large potato is probably, these are all kind of big for that. Maybe this is considered a large potato. No,
I would think it's something like
maybe
this.
This has over 20 grams of protein in it for that serving size. And we're worried about our protein. We got plenty of protein in our vegetables.
But everyone was laughing at me, all the people, when I told them we were going to do just barbecue potatoes and
really?
Italian. And they thought, well, that's just silly. But it works.
It does.
Works.
Now, this one I was very curious about because I'm thinking, I don't know about that. But that coconut and curry, the coconut to me softens the taste of the curry and the tomatoes.
It's got moisture in it. I mean, it's definitely got moisture. See, now if it didn't have moisture in it, you can always add a little water to the top and let it absorb a little bit or halfway through it.
Hey, this is really good. It even hits you afterwards.
I'm waiting. Yeah.
It does. The curry comes.
Because I'm waiting for that Indian flavor.
It's there.
So you could actually put a little more Indian flavor in there, but I think this would be perfect for most Americans.
I love this. Now, what would you serve with this, Mark?
It's just like that.
Just
a
like
side
that, one
or an
meal.
Entree. Yeah.
Well, you've got your beans, you've got lots of protein because your garbanzos, your chickpeas are full of protein.
Got your carbs for your
You've
energy.
got your complex carbohydrates, you've got your vegetable in here. Wow.
And you'll notice, ooh, that's hot.
Yeah, Mark, just pick that up since it's been in the oven.
But you'll notice that our containers aren't perfectly clean. Like we're supposed to get in here with a towel and can it clean this up a little bit? Wait, don't start the cameras yet.
Well, I was going to say, Mark, do we have anybody who cooks our food, plates our food, cuts our food, clean our stuff up? It's like Mark and Melody.
Yeah. But, these people come in and they put these cooking shows on television and they would have a crew come in and clean all of this up
Where it's
so
perfect.
that this plate looks so beautiful and pristine and gorgeous. And then you go home and you're like, how come mine doesn't look that way? Well, it's because you don't have $50,000 worth of crew coming in with a vacuum cleaner making sure it looks perfect every time. And that's why we want to show you the real way to cook food, the way it's going to be when you're at home. And this is it. And let me tell you, this food still looks fabulous. It tastes fabulous.
And Mark has a 5'4" vacuum cleaner standing right next to him.
Yeah. And think about cost.
Oh, man. We're talking pennies, especially when you can boil off a 10-pound bag of potatoes.
Yeah,
You're
look at
thinking,
that.
that's too much for me. Well, sure it is. But we're talking meal after meal after meal. And people ask me when I'm in my seminars, well, Melody, you have the time. This is your job. You cook all the time. And I said, you cook far more than I do. Because I let my food work for me. I'm not working for my food. I know how to cook and have plenty of food and have it prepared. And then I just constantly make it into something different, which, Mark, you kind of took me outside the box a little bit here because now you've given me some option with potatoes, my favorite food.
Yeah, you'll come back next time with 40 other recipes.
Yeah, I will. Oh. He knows me.
So that's the way it works.
Yes, it is.
But here we are just trying to keep you healthy, and we will see you right away for the next segment. Stay tuned.